All right. So, did some journaling, and my general rule of thumb with values journaling is I let it sit for 24 hours at least before I move on to the next step. However, for the sake of this video, I'm moving straight into the next step. And in this step, highlighters will be helpful, or colored pens will be helpful, markers are helpful. Use whatever works for you in terms of adding some color. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our page of journaling, and we're going to pull phrases and information out of it. Part of this journaling is acknowledging the good things where you're doing well. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use pink, the mile liner. I'm using this mile liner um, to go through and highlight the stuff. I'm just going to underline. I'm not going to highlight the whole thing. Highlight things where I'm doing this particular thing well. So places where I have good balance, life, work, and family. And then I'm going to add a section where we're going to look at things I need to work on. Been more balanced. It's a good thing. Learn to say no in and outside of work. Remain flexible. I'm going to highlight that because this is important. I run all things through my BS detector before saying yes or no. That's a huge area of good. So I'm actually going to write this down. So the pink are good things. Here I'm talking about thinking about opportunities that are served to me. I'm thinking about how those opportunities serve me. I'm thinking about how they will add to my skills, improve my connections and contacts, or add to my resume. I've learned how to say no a lot more and in ways that are respected. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Okay, so you can see sort of the structure of this. I focus on the things that I'm doing well with this particular prompt, and then I think about the things that need some work. For the sake of this, I'm going to use orange just because I like it. Here's a thing. Balance is hard for me when it comes to other things like health and wellness, and I completely forgot to put health and wellness onto my values, even though it is something I totally value. And so that's got to go on to my value sheet. Little exclamation there. I forgot health and wellness on my values brain dump. And so also balancing my art and creativity. So these can end up being additional things in value. So this is part of this process, is figuring out things we forgot in our brain dump, things that we also have to think about. I have a tendency to lean in, all in on one thing. So I'm wondering where that comes from. Identifying that I've always had an issue focusing or dividing my attention when it comes to all of my interests and hobbies. So here I'm kind of thinking about goals. I want to work on balance outside of the day job. I want to be able to do all of my hobbies. Is it about time management? Okay. So, the whole point of this section is to, so let's see, what's the orange? Things to work on. Also, I'm going to go in with the blue one. And the blue one is going to be, whoops, I forgot. Really emphasizing that. And then I'm going to come back to this. And I guess on this page, I'm going to put a health and wellness here. I'm going to put that under self-respect and directly to self-respect. I'm also going to make a long loop from balance because that's where it came up. It's good that it ended up like that. And I'm just going to completely highlight this with blue. All right. So the whole point of doing this journaling is identifying the good things, the things you're doing well, identifying the things to work on, and also identify any areas that you might have forgotten about. So in this case, this is an excellent example. I've got a lot of good. I've worked on balance a lot over the last few years. My life work balance has gotten much better. I'm spending more time with my family, saying no to things that are outside of my job description or don't add to my resume or don't serve me. Not in a quiet quitting kind of way. I'm just saying, like, here's my job, here's what I'm paid to do, and here's what I have the capacity for. And learning how to say no in ways that are respected and not seen as undermining or other things. That's been a big, big win, I think, over the last few years. I identify that I completely forgot health and wellness as a priority and a value for me, which really tells you how little I actually think about that. Also, balancing my art and creativity. I identify that I do have a tendency to be lean all in on something. I focus on one thing, I hyper focus on things. I identify that this has always been an issue, that I do one thing and focus on it, and I do it at the expense of my other hobbies and interests. So then I start to identify a goal. And I'm not going to do it right now, but I am going to sit down and write some goals at the end of all of these journaling aspects. So I'm going to get to work on doing some journaling over the next week or so. And then I will write my goals, and that'll be the next video. All right. Thanks for being here. Catch you next time. Bye.